Mabuhay and good day, everyone. Here is our presentation for chapters 3 to 5. As we begin, let's start on the Standard Operating Procedure or the SOP. Here in PAL, here are some standard operating procedure. The first is the check-in departures. Uh, you need to arrive at the airport with plenty of time, usually 2 hours before an international flight and 1 hour before a domestic flight. Have your ID, boarding pass, and any other required travel documents ready to show at the security checkpoint. If you have a checked bags, proceed to the airline's check-in counters to check them in. Next is going to the security. Place your carry-on items in the security bins and walk through the metal detector. Make sure to remove your shoes, jackets, and any metal items before going through the security. Next is finding your gate. Locate your assigned boarding gate on the departure boards and proceed there. Boarding typically begins 30 to 45 minutes before the scheduled departure time. Be at the gate at least 15 minutes before the flight departs, as boarding will close 15 minutes prior to takeoff. Next is boarding the plane. When boarding is announced, line up and show your boarding pass to the gate agent. Board the plane in the order announced, usually by row or seating area. The next SOP is the check-in arrivals. Proceed to the airline's check-in counters or self-service upon arrival. Present your ID, boarding pass, and any required travel documents to the airline staff. Check in your baggage if needed and receive your boarding pass. Proceed to the security checks, which may involve removing items like shoes and belts. Locate your boarding pass gates and wait for the boarding announcements. Lastly is board the plane according to the instructions given, usually by row or seating area. Next is boarding to the aircraft. First, you need to locate your assigned boarding gate and wait for the boarding to be announced. When boarding is called, line up and show your boarding pass to the gate agent. Next is ready your tickets to show to the cabin crews. Board the plane in order to be announced, usually row or by sitting area. Once on board, find your assigned seat, stow your carry-on bags, and ready for the takeoff. Now let's move on to the researcher's analysis of the establishments of SOP.
So here, these are the different standard operating procedures that we have observed during our visit in NAIA Terminal 1. We have the departure, arrivals, and boarding procedures. So let's move on. So we have here the observation for the standard operating procedure for the departures in NAIA Terminal 1. So we have the initial baggage security check and full body screening, then the ticket checking or check-in, and lastly, the immigration. So the whole process usually takes up almost 2 to 3 hours and varies depending on the number of passengers that are waiting for departure as well. The procedures are mostly followed, especially the first two procedures. However, during the observation, we noticed some slight delays or minor inconveniences for the passengers. Moving on, we have the standard operating procedure for arrivals in NAIA Terminal 1. So these are disembarkation, thermal screening, immigration, claiming the baggage, and of course, customs. Some of these procedures we are not able to observe as we have limited access to certain parts of the terminal. But from what we have observed, most of the procedures are sometimes followed, and this is because, like the departure, time to accomplish varies with how many passengers are present during the time. Next. So lastly, we have the standard operating procedure for the boarding, which are the ticket checking, boarding the plane, settling down, and safety briefing, or in-flight demonstration. So, from our interviews, it seemed that all of these procedures are followed and thoroughly executed. So, let's have the next reporter.
We'll proceed to the statement of the company. First one is the customer's perspective. The one is the airline canceled this flight for the due the flight. From the customer's perspective, a canceled flight disrupts plans and can lead to inconvenience and frustration, especially if due to airline negligence. Customers expect reliable service and may feel justified in seeking compensation or alternate arrangement. However, if the cancellation results from uncontrollable factors, understanding and flexibility are necessary from both parties. Second one is lost luggage during the flight, and after 5 days with no luggage, the airline offered only 2,000 pesos for their mistake. Um, from the mishandled baggage represent a breach of trust and inconvenience, often causing distress and disruption to travel plans. Customers rightly expect their belongings to be handled with care. Airlines bear responsibility for mishaps, but clear communication from resolution and compensation demonstrate commitment to customer satisfaction. The last one is delayed from the original time schedule, um, delayed delayed flight disrupt plans, causing inconvenience and frustration. While airlines may not always control delays, customers expect transparency and timely updates. Airlines are responsible for effective communication and assistance, while customers observe compensation or accommodations for significant delay caused by the airline's negligence. The second one is the employee's perspective. As you can see here in the screen, the most complaints in the airline is the long queue. Um, Managing long queues can be stressful and challenging, impacting efficiency and customer satisfaction. Employees may feel frustrated if understaffed or lacking proper resources. However, customers have the right to have right to expect timely service. Adequate staffing, efficient processes, and customer understanding are crucial for improving queue management. Next.
Managers think this complaint is a gift as this can help them improve the service. Mr. George Cruz stated, without complaints, your service is perfect, and perfect is boring. So these are the delivery failures based on the manager perspective. Long queues are minor complaints that can be easily addressed. These are because of the agents who are accepting the passenger. Most of them are working under pressure, talking to the passenger while dealing with their documents and baggage as well. As we previously learned on giving quality service, it will depend on who gives the service. Most of the mishandled baggage cases are human error. There are cases that baggage are already damaged before dropping the bag to the counter. Well, there are also some cases which are caused by the staff since there are numerous baggage that are needed to be stowed in the aircraft in a short span of time. They tend to move faster to meet the departure time. That can cause the luggage to be damaged. However, lost baggages cannot be finalized as lost because all baggages are tagged and has identification, so whatever happened, that will return to the passenger. Third is a complaint that every airline is getting, especially Philippine Airline. According to Sir George, delayed flights are a recurring problem in Manila because they only have two runways with one not being operated. Technically, it was the problem of the authorities, not the airline, since they only following the takeoff clearance with given permission of the air control. There are times that it was because of things we can't control, such as natural occurrences like weather.
Researchers' observation relied mostly on what they observed during the tour. Long queues are sometimes caused by the passenger because most of them are unprepared. Some of their documents are nowhere to be found, that causing an inconvenience to other passengers as well. Check-in counters are seen unoccupied, which can be caused to lessen the waiting time of the passenger. Passenger service assistants' behavior can cause an annoyance to the passenger who have queries. They will end up discussion, leaving the airline a terrible service. It is better to have as much patience as you have to answer every queries they have. Next reporter, please.
Moving on, we have the service delivery system diagram. Here we have customers' fishbone diagrams. First is terrible service. Second is late departure time. Then lastly, for customer fishbone, we have damaged baggage. Customer fishbone tackles every passenger's complaint that are being thrown in the airline. Based on our research, the airline takes this complaint seriously and handle it steps by steps. Some passengers may not be contented with the solution given by the airline, but the airlines assure that every customer is heard. Now moving on to the manager's fishbone. Here we have gathered long queue, delayed flights, and mishandled baggage. Manager's fishbone is all about how they handle every customer's concerns. They have steps how to address every situations that may occur. Next, please. Now on employees fishbone diagram, we have long queue, mishandled baggage, and delayed flights, of course. Employees' fishbone is almost the same as the managers. They all work hard to solve problems in services that they provide and try to make sure that you have the best experience as possible. Lastly, we have the researcher's fishbone. Firstly, we have passengers' behavior, unoccupied counters, and poor customer service. We gathered all of this information we can to help us create this fishbone. Based on our research, it's not just the management or the employees that always causes the problem. Sometimes it's the customer itself. And that's the end of our presentation for the capstone.